But when there's blood in the streets and everybody else is freaking out and selling, most of the time that's when the opportunity is. And that's mostly the time it's hard to buy stuff. You're going to be emotional, and it's difficult to execute, just like I'm talking about when there's other circumstances. And everybody's like, yeah, I want to pull back to this number, and then it happens and you're like, oh, is it going to go lower? I don't know what's going to happen. And you don't buy. The people that buy, those are the ones that win out, even if it tends to dippy dip. Even beyond that, you still bought it lower than where it was. If you liked it at this price, you probably like it at a lower price, right? If you believe in the long-term value of a stock or a cryptocurrency or any other type of investment, anytime, if you're following Ben Graham or Warren Buffett and you're looking at doing value investing, you want to invest in a fair price or a price that's lower than what you think is a fair price. That's going to win out over the long term, and obviously that's done very well for Warren. I was looking at something the other day. He had what was it? When he first started, $100,000, and he's turned it into $400 billion today, as far as his net worth, which is wild. He actually, his model for his investors early on is very similar to ours. So he took no management fee, and he paid them a 6% pref. So the first 6% on the returns on the investment, he paid them before he went 80-20 on anything above that. We do that. We do very similar stuff for the way that we've structured stuff at the RIA. We do take a small AUM fee to make sure that we can keep the lights on and deal with compliance and all the red tape and all the stuff that we have over there. But we do pay an 8% pref on the performance fees. If your total portfolio does more than 8% in any given year, you get the first 8%, and then we go 80-20 on anything over that. If you bring us your digital assets, we don't get any upside on that. So whatever appreciation is on the assets doesn't factor it in the performance fee. We do charge the AUM fee on that, but we have to make you an additional 8% beyond what your assets appreciated in order to get that performance fee, which has turned out to be really hard to calculate in the accounting.